We're here today at the Smith residence, 503 St. Andrews, and we are going to be attempting a repairability test on this shingle here. It already has a tear in it from wind damage suffered during Hurricane Helene, and we're going to be attempting to repair this shingle without damaging any of the other shingles around it. But the roof is over 20 years old. It's a 3-tab shingle that there are multiple slopes that have already been fully covered. So for some reason the garage was not, and we're supposed to repair 38 shingles on it, and this is shingle number 1. So to start with, we have to unadhere the shingle above. There's one. So this is the edge of the shingle. So this tab, and this tab all must be manipulated. This shingle, these shingles. There's going to be 4 or 5 that are all going to be manipulated in this repair attempt. So I need to get that unadhered. Where's the edge, right? Yep, that's the edge. So I got that. I got that one. 1, 2, 3, and this one over here. We also have to get the row above to get the rest of the nails out, so we will unadhere that one. We will unadhere that one. And that one for right this moment. Now we get to start removing the nails. So this one is on the edge. So we're going to get this little nail right here. There's one nail out of the shingle. These shingles are very brittle. Attempting to remove the nail is causing the nails just to pop through and tear the shingle underneath, which could be a problem with the nails that we have to remove out of the shingles up here, because if we tear those shingles, the shingles that are supposed to remain on the roof, then that could lead to other issues down the road when we have another storm or a rainstorm or anything like that. We also have to unadhere the shingle we're actually repairing. In doing that, you're scraping the shingle line below it, which is causing unusual wear and tear to the roof, which can lead to water not exactly shedding like it's supposed to. Here's our next one. Oh, another one popped through the shingle, or tore the shingle. And if that's tearing this one shingle, I can only imagine the other 38 that are going to have to be repaired and replaced are going to be in the same situation. Should be one over. Yep, one right over here on the edge. Another one pops right through. And the pry bar head, every time we pry a shingle up, is hitting another shingle down here. So that's another shingle that has been hit or damaged during a repair attempt. So now we've got all of these on the first row done. The shingle's still not wanting to come, so we have to go up to the second row. Which this is a different shingle. This. This one out. More over here. Looks like I might have one more holding it in. Here, let me grab the camera and show you what I mean by the shingles tearing. I believe this is a 712, 812. This is the damaged shingle that we are working on. All that around there. It's tearing the shingle, making a bigger hole. There's a hole in a shingle that will be left. A hole in a shingle that will be left here. And these shingles, or these holes, we can't put the nails back in them directly because, I mean, it won't have the same grip strength. The shingles are already unadhered, so they'll be exposed to the elements more likely. If another windstorm comes, these unadhered shingles will just flap around like this one did. But I just wanted to show that, showcase that. Now let's come over. I'll come put you back on the tripod and finish up this repair attempt. There we go. And there we go. So we had 7 nails holding this one shingle in place. You can see those holes. Let's put this in a safe spot. I just noticed something else over here I'd like to show. That right there, that's exposed decking from where the tar paper has not been, or is not connected to the other side. And that is a seam in the wood right there. Underneath there, seam in the wood. What is this? A piece of metal? Oh, metal tack for the tar paper. Okay. Well, you can see there's a little bit of rust on there already, so water's been getting to this area at some point. Oh, there's some more deck, or no, that's more rusted metals underneath there. Exposed tar paper. Okay, just wanted to show that because it's supposed to be a uniform layer of underlayment underneath all these shingles, but after pulling out one shingle, we're noticing that there's exposed decking. You can see the wood. We will attempt to place the shingle back in this spot here, and then we'll notate any damages that may have occurred. So to replace a shingle, you line it up under all of these, all the tabs, work it. Oh, well, that metal that we saw earlier holding down the tar paper is giving us resistance because it isn't fully tacked down. So now I have to maneuver shingle over the nail that is popping up from the decking for the tar paper to try and finagle this into where it's supposed to go. There we go. So as you can see, the shingle is in place. And now we begin by putting the nails back in. You're not supposed to lift the shingles up above 45 degrees, which can be a bit difficult when the tar strip is an inch and a half underneath the edge of the lip here, and each hammer swing you have a chance of hitting the lip, damaging the non-damaged shingle and causing water issues, water shedding issues that could lead to getting into that cracked decking, or not cracked decking, the exposed decking that there's a gap right in between. So we're gonna do our best. Oh, we got a little hit. There's one. So you had 4 down in the bottom. 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to pull the shingle up and out rather than lifting it straight up to try and keep it below that 45-degree angle, but it's a little bit tough to get up under here. And this is about as careful as someone doing these repairs is going to be. And our crews are built for speed and putting roofs on. If your nail head gets a little off center when you're hitting it, the only way to straighten it out is to lift the shingle a little bit more to get a hammer on the nail head. One more. We'll put right over here. We want to get close to where we were, but we don't want to be exactly on it, because if we hit it through the same hole in the decking that we did before, it's not going to have any holding strength. It's just going to slowly back out over time. In the bottom. Every hammer swing knocks granules off this roof. It's not even summertime, and everything's just, oh, there's little small pieces of tar paper there. Okay, wonderful. And this one. So that hole is right there, holding that shingle down. Here, let's show that. Let's showcase the holes that we will be leaving underneath these shingles. Ooh. So there's a nail hole in the shingle. There's a previous nail hole in the shingle. And there's a previous nail hole in the shingle. And we can't put nails back in those holes. These shingles are unadhered now, so if we have another big windstorm, they could end up flapping off, flying off like that one and that one. And where that nail is, there's now a hole underneath these, so if it flaps off, there's just a water penetration point right in a supposedly fixed and repaired roof. So I just wanted to showcase that before I put the last 3 nails in right beside those. Sometimes your camera falls. How do we have it? Like that, maybe? Alright. See if I can get this finished up without it falling again. Put this one close to that nail hole, but not quite on that nail hole. It's a bit difficult to get the nails go in exactly how they're supposed to. If a nail gets a little squirrely and isn't going straight down into the roof decking, the sides of the nails are pretty sharp and they can cut into the edge of the shingle, and then you basically have that hole that I just showed you. There's number 2. This one goes up this way. I'll put it a little further outside to try and counteract that hole right there. Whew. So, all in all, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whew. So each repair is going to have 4 to 6 shingles that are going to be manipulated and touched on, worked on when you're attempting repairs like this. A little unsure how or why only slopes were, the rest of the roof was paid for. It looks in pretty similar condition. Missing shingles, degranulated, shingle there, and the shingles messed up all over the roof, and slopes were paid for, but the garage over here has 38 shingles that are supposed to be repaired. I'm unsure of how many shingles are too many to do a repair on, but 38 times 4 is nearly 160 shingles that would have to be manipulated and potentially damaged. And here's all the granules and tar paper that have come off during the, and there's a nice line of granules that were on the roof before we started the repair attempt. Whew. Oh, shoot. Okay. Can I zoom out? No, we're way zoomed in.